Moses sent 12 spies into the promised land. 10 of them said, "We will never defeat the people there." But Joshua and Caleb said, "With God's help, we can do it." Frightened, the people believed the 10 spies. God said, "Only your children, with Joshua and Caleb, will enter the promised land." So after 40 years in the desert, it was time. Joshua, frightened, the people believed the 10 spies. God said, "Only your children, with Joshua and Caleb, will enter the promised land." So after 40 years in the desert, it was time. Joshua sent 2 spies into Jericho. They met a woman called Rahab, who hid them and helped them escape down the wall. They promised to spare her and her family. The Israelites crossed the Jordan River. The priests went first, carrying the Ark of the Covenant. When their feet touched the river, it stopped flowing. Everyone crossed on dry land. Jericho was next. The Lord told Joshua, "For 6 days, march once around Jericho. Then, on day 7, march around 7 times. Blow trumpets. Shout. The walls will fall down." Joshua trusted God. He did what the Lord said, and the walls fell down. They took the city. Rahab was spared. God's people began to take the promised land. A hairy tale. Again, God's people disobeyed him. So God let the Philistines rule over them for 40 years. Then he chose a man named Samson to set them free. An angel promised Samson's mother that she would have a son. Samson would have to make 3 promises to God. Never drink wine, never touch dead things, never cut his hair. God made Samson very strong. He killed a lion, and bees made honey in its body. Samson touched the dead lion, breaking one of his promises to God. He even ate the honey. Samson fell in love with a woman named Delilah. The Philistines promised her lots of money to discover why Samson was so strong. She asked him again and again. Finally, Samson told Delilah his secret. "If my hair is cut, my strength will go." So, while he slept, Delilah called for a man to cut off his hair. Samson's strength left him. When the Philistines arrived, they captured him easily. They blinded him. Then they put him in prison and set him to work, dragging a heavy grinding stone. Slowly, Samson's hair grew back. The Philistines brought Samson into their temple to thank their false god Dagon for defeating him. Samson asked God to make him strong one last time. Samson stood between two pillars and pushed on them. The temple fell down, killing all the Philistines, and Samson with them. Samson didn't keep his promises, but God kept his. Wherever you go, a famine came to Israel. Elimelech, Naomi, and their sons went to Moab to find food. Elimelech died. The sons married Moabite women, Orpah and Ruth. Then the sons died too. The three women had no husbands. When the famine in Israel was over, Naomi decided to go home. "Stay in Moab," she said to her daughters-in-law. "It's your home." Orpah stayed, but Ruth said, "Wherever you go, I will go. Your people will be my people. Your God will be my God." Together, Ruth and Naomi went back to Israel. It was harvest time in Israel. Naomi told Ruth to gather the bits of grain left behind in a field. The field belonged to Boaz, Elimelech's relative. Boaz approached Ruth. "You were very kind to Naomi," Boaz said. "Leaving home must have been hard. May God bless you." He gave Ruth food and told his workers to watch over her. Ruth told Naomi what happened. Naomi smiled. "When someone dies, his closest relative cares for his family. That person is their kinsman redeemer. Boaz is our kinsman redeemer. Stay close to him." So Ruth stayed close to Boaz. He liked her more each day. Boaz bought Elimelech's land and took care of Naomi and Ruth. Then he asked Ruth to marry him. son called Obed. Obed's son was Jesse. Jesse's son was David, and David became Israel's greatest king. So God blessed Ruth just as Boaz had prayed. So Ruth stayed close to. Ruth had a son called Obed. Obed's son was Jesse. Jesse's son was David, and David became Israel's greatest king. So God blessed Ruth just as Boaz had prayed. A voice in the night. Hannah was sad because she had no children. She prayed, and God gave her a son, Samuel. She was very grateful, so she gave Samuel to God to serve him. Hannah left her little boy at the tabernacle with Eli, the priest. Samuel helped old blind Eli. He even slept in the tabernacle while Eli slept in a room nearby. One night, Samuel heard someone call his name. He got up and ran to Eli. "Here I am," he said. "I didn't call you," Eli grunted. "Go back to bed." Samuel crept back to bed. He heard his name again. Samuel ran back to Eli. "Here I am," he said. "I didn't call you," Eli sighed sleepily. "Go back to bed." After Samuel heard the voice a third time, Eli said it was the Lord. If he calls again, said Eli, say, "Speak, Lord, your servant is listening." So Samuel did.